Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Jeremy and you're watching War Train Wins. Now, I know it's been a long time since my last video, guys. It's been like 5 months. I was working crazy, but I have a ton of pickups to show you guys. Usually I would have had this stuff in a shorter amount of time, but I just didn't even have time to buy games. But when I did have a chance, I was picking up some pretty solid stuff. Some of the stuff is still sealed just because I haven't got a chance to even spend any time to set it up or whatever. But for those of you guys that stuck around in those 5 months I didn't make a video, I really do appreciate it, guys. But with that said, let's check out these games. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is the Amiibos that I picked up. First two here are for The Legend of Zelda, and that is Zelda and Ganondorf, both absolutely awesome. These leaked a bit early, and people knew they were going to come out. I was anticipating these. Pre-ordered them right away. Was pretty stoked to see them because, man, they look awesome. Absolutely love this, especially the Ganondorf, because we don't have too many of those for Zelda, so that was cool to see a new one come out, and definitely really cool. Hard to see Ganondorf in the packaging though. I almost want to get another one just to take it out. And I was at a retro store and I seen this, and I didn't have this in my Amiibo collection, always wanted it, and that is the 3-pack, the retro pack with Duck Hunt Dog, Game & Watch, and the original Rob the Robot. I have the Famicom version only, so it was cool to actually get this guy. And they wanted a fair price for it, so I was all in on getting this one. I picked up some other retro games from that same exact store. Some of these I actually got on Black Friday. It was a pretty fair deal, especially because they were, took like 20% off. I was like, oh, I'm definitely getting a couple games that day. And one is I was looking at for a while. They had a boxed copy a while back, and I regretted not picking it up. This time it was just the cartridge, but still I wanted this game in my collection just to play. And that is Filios, and this is a shooter with some pretty good graphics. Definitely glad I grabbed that guy. And I picked up 2 PSP games while I was there. One is the Gradius collection. So this has, let's see, Gradius 1, 2, 3, 4, and Gradius Gaiden all on this guy. This is a complete copy and in really nice condition, so I just had to grab this. And I got one more PSP game, and that is Amazing Allies edition of Spiderman Web of Shadows. So I thought that was pretty cool, in really, really nice condition here. And this guy also is a complete copy. So I definitely had to pick up those 3 games, especially getting 20% off the total of that was just something you don't see very often. I did pick up a couple other retro games at my local GameStop. They had a couple Game Boy Advance and Game Boy games, so I was like, yeah, I'll definitely pick those up because I just wanted to play them. First one being Wario Land 4 for the Game Boy Advance. Second one being, what is this? Castlevania, I believe that's Curse of the Moon. I didn't have any of the Castlevanias on Game Boy Advance. I'd really like to have a complete copy of this, but I was like, you know what, I'll just take this one. It's not in the best shape, so maybe down the road I will get a complete copy and just use this as the one that I play. And I also got a Game Boy copy of DuckTales. And those were all pretty fair prices. And it made it easier for me to want to grab some of these games, especially because this finally came, my black Analogue Pocket. I was waiting, I don't know, a couple years for my pre-order, so I was happy to see this finally come. And I figured as soon as I get this, like pretty recent after that, they start announcing all these special editions, the glow-in-the-dark one, all the different colors, but I was like, just still glad to have this. The screen on this is absolutely amazing, and that's basically why I got it. So I got the hard case with it. I believe it came with the Game Gear adapter, which I haven't opened yet. Honestly, I don't even have any Game Gear games yet, but I mean to get some to actually play on here. And I also picked up the dock for this. So all this stuff came at once. Now I'm just waiting for the other adapters to come because I ended up ordering them a little bit after I got this stuff. Got a couple more, older titles here. This one I got from that same store that I said I got like Filios and the PSP games from. This is a complete copy for Game Boy Advance of Mario Pinball Land. Absolutely amazing looking box. And I did, jump into this pretty much as soon as I got home, started playing it and stuff. Really cool little game. And amazing looking on the Pocket, even though I originally played it on one of my Game Boy Advances and one of my I believe my DS Lite my DS Lite. I was trying to remember, make sure that I played those games, but yeah, DS Lite I played this on as well. Pretty cool game. I love pinball, so it just made sense. This game I actually picked up from a local GameStop, and that is Drawn to Life, the next chapter. And this is a complete copy, I believe. It was in nice condition. I think it was only a couple dollars, so I was like, yeah, why not? I'll pick it up. So I remember seeing it before, and I almost grabbed it, but yeah, some of these games I just don't see too often anymore. And this one I kind of been looking for quite a while to finish off my Metroid collection, and that is Metroid Prime Hunters. This game looks really cool for the DS. It's just one that has eluded me. I have most of these games now. I think I'm only missing 2, and I have every Metroid game. But yeah, cool that it's like a metallic sheen to the artwork on this thing. In excellent condition. This is a complete copy, so I had to pick this guy up. I actually got this from GameStop as well. I was actually surprised that they had this, so I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm walking away from it this time. Okay, so show you this next system. My sister gave me basically a box just full of stuff. She was just clearing out stuff. Her kids are all, they're grown now, have kids of their own. So she's like, yeah, nobody's playing this stuff. I know you collect it. So she gave me this box filled with different things, Blu-rays and, and a game system. I didn't clean this stuff yet, but this is just a bag randomly filled with just controllers and all the manuals for the system, peripherals, all the cables. And it is a Nintendo Wii. Like I said, I haven't cleaned this yet. I haven't got the time, but I just thought that was really cool. There could even be a game in here for all I know. And there's like a little game book here. I think some of the cases maybe in that bag. So we got Wii Sports. We got Wii Sports Resort, Wii Fit Plus, Family Feud 2010 edition, and Game Party 2. So she just got it. I think she bought it off of like QVC, and got like some big bundle. So yeah, there's like the Wii Fit board and I don't know, a yoga board. There's all kinds of stuff like in the box still, but I really need to go through it, clean it all up, and integrate it into my collection. And I also wanted to get more than just this piece, but yeah, they were all sold out, but I had to get this. The PS5 Controller, the Spiderman 2 one, absolutely awesome. I really would have liked to get the skin for my system. I did think about buying another PS5. I was like, yeah, I don't need another one right yet. So I just picked up the controller. Cool as hell. Yeah, don't know if I'll open this. Maybe. I do have other sealed PS5 controllers, so if I really need one, if one of mine stops working, I'll probably crack one of those. Because, yeah, this one's just awesome. Box is awesome. Try to keep this sealed. I will, but you never know. Things could happen. I could just say screw it and open it up because it is cool, and I would like to play on it. Alright, so diving into a bunch of games here for the Nintendo Switch. Got a nice stack here. This one I had pre-ordered. I don't know nothing about it. The artwork looked kind of unique, so I was like, yeah, why not? I think it was kind of cheaper. I don't even know how to say this, but I'll take it as Miniko's Night Market. It's got like a, kiddie cartoon kind of style. Just looked like a unique game. I was like, yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I was like, yeah, let me grab that. This one I had pre-ordered as soon as I heard about it, and that is Pikmin 1 and 2 the HD versions. Had to grab this. These are one of them games I will be definitely leaving sealed. I could see this going up in price down the road. I don't think they made a ton of these. I could be wrong, but I see this as a game down the road that could be worth something. And I did pick up Detective Pikachu Returns. Another one. I never played the first one, and I'll probably leave this guy sealed. This is probably more of like a kid's game anyway. I also picked up Disgaea 7, Vows of the Virtuous Deluxe Edition. This is one that I did have pre-ordered for quite a while. This one I already had. I have the limited run collector's edition or the classic edition for PS4. I wanted to get it on Switch, but by the time I pre-ordered it, it was sold out. So I did want to have a copy of this for Switch. So I kept looking on Best Buy's website to see if they ever got any, and they did. So I pre-ordered Contra Anniversary Collection. When this first came out, it was digital only. I actually did buy this digitally on Switch just to play it because I love these games. And I had to own a physical copy for the Switch. And it's cool that I have it on PS4 as well, because to me these are like some of the absolute classics. And this game looked really cool, so I had to pick this guy up, and that is Sonic Superstars. Going back to that 2D style. This game is absolutely gorgeous looking. I thought about maybe even picking it up on PS5 as well, because this is a game I want to play, and it does look great, and a lot of people say it is fun. And to me, that's like my favorite kind of Sonic games, is the 2D style. This next one is WarioWare Move It. Had to get this guy. Now this is going back to the like the Wii style. I forget. I think that was what was that one called? Shake It maybe. I really liked that one. That was one of the games I played a lot on the original Wii, and it was just a lot of fun. It used the controller in a lot of weird ways. The Wario games are always pretty cool. So when I seen this was going back to that style, I wanted to grab it. This guy right here, had to pick it up. The Star Ocean Second Story R. It's a remake of a PS1 game. I did play all the way through this. Game is absolutely amazing. I love the pixel art style mixed with the brand new 3D backgrounds. The game is great. I mean, it's just got a great writing, and I had a lot of fun playing through it. I definitely recommend this stuff if anybody's into turn-based RPGs. This is a cool game. And I had to pick up this guy. Had it pre-ordered as soon as the pre-orders came up, and that is Super Mario Wonder. Now I haven't finished this game yet, but I am currently jumping in and out of it, playing through it. It's just a fun game. It looks great. I like the new art style. Definitely some unique mechanics, and the game does get hard at times. And that's good because all these games always did have a bit of challenge to them, especially when you're trying to get everything. I know I always get pissed when I miss something going through a stage. Had to get this guy as well, pre-ordered just like the other one, and that is Super Mario RPG. Absolutely great game. I am also playing through this as well, kind of rotating through a couple games, but this is definitely one of them. I'm probably like 8 hours, 10 hours into this guy. Just gorgeous looking. I do have the original as well, but really like both art styles, really. I mean, I love the original art style, and I do like this that they redid it, but I had to own this guy, and I also had to open it. I had to play it. It's awesome. And I love RPGs. So this next one here for me was an absolute must-own too, and I wanted to get this before it got too hard to get, and that is Dead Cells Return to Castlevania. So this is Dead Cells with the DLC on the cartridge with all the other DLC. I have many versions of this game. This is probably one of my favorite indie games ever. I just absolutely love this gameplay. It's addictive. It gets hard if you beat it and you try to rerun it with boss cells. The challenge just goes crazy. Already a pretty hard game. You definitely have to keep playing this. But yeah, you can wind up beating this game in like 30-40 minutes on your first playthrough once you get better at it and unlock better weapons, obviously. And this last one I have here for the Nintendo Switch, I actually ordered from PlayAsia I did want to get another game like this, but while I had it in my shopping cart, it sold out. I was like, oh, come on, man. But out of the two, I'm glad I got this guy, and that is Breath of the Wild with the DLC on the cartridge. My buddy Steve Craig Retro Games, he's the one that told me about these. He picked up the Mario Kart 8, is it Mario 8 Deluxe? Whatever the newest Mario Kart is that they put out for like the last 10 years. That one, the deluxe version, I have it on the Wii U. But, you know, they had that with the DLC, and I wanted to get that too, but out of the two, I'm glad this one didn't sell out while I was on there, because this is probably going to be the only time that you're ever going to have the DLC on the cartridge, unless they release like a complete edition, you know, on whatever new Switch there is. But that stuff could be pretty unlikely that they do that, so glad to have picked this up before this guy was gone. Because, yeah, there's going to become a time when this DLC, maybe you can't even download it no more, and it won't matter now because I'll have it on the cartridge. And this one, you can play in English, so glad to have that. So, last but not least would be the PS5 games that I picked up. So, first one here is Metal Gear Solid Master Collection. I think originally I was going to get this on the Switch, and then I was told that it wasn't all on the disc or on the cartridge, and I was like, nah, I'll get it on PS5 instead. I was like, yeah, I'm not a fan of that, having to download half the games or whatever. It's kind of dumb. Especially these games, I don't feel like they're like too big that they would have fit, so I had to pick that guy up. And this game right here, I had this pre-ordered, and that is Fate Samurai Remnant, JRPG, looked freaking cool as hell, a Koei Tecmo game, just had to grab it. I like these kind of games, and usually once these are released, they don't get like huge runs, and then you see them for a while, and then you just don't. So glad to pick this guy up. This next one here, I have all three of these games on the Nintendo Switch. I want to say I have all three of these sealed on the Nintendo Switch, and I want to play these games because they are RPGs, and I just really like playing these types of games. This is Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemus of the End, and the Secret Key. Especially on PS5, this game will absolutely look gorgeous. I know on the Switch, this game probably runs a lot slower, and I'm just sure it looks way better on here. So this is the optimal way to play this game, and that's why I picked this up. Again, I believe this is another JRPG. It's a NIS game. I'm trying to see the name here. It's something crazy. Cry Makina. So there's the artwork. Yeah, when I seen like the actual like in-game stuff for this, I had to pick this up. This is right up my alley. Like I said, just that anime kind of style looks like just cool. It just looks like a fun, maybe sci-fi type of game. I believe it's something with robots and all kinds of crazy stuff in this game. Had to get it. Can't wait to check this guy out. And this one I got on Black Friday. It was like super cheap, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this. Unfortunately, the disc is rattling around in there. That drives me absolutely crazy considering this is still sealed. But yeah, I forget what I paid for this, but it was really freaking cheap. And I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm walking away from it right now. You know, because it kills me to pay $70 for like PS5 games. So a lot of times now I'll just wait unless it's something I have to have day one. But usually I'll wait and I'll try to get them at a discount. This game I did pick up day one, and that is Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. Played through this, absolutely amazing, loved this game. I couldn't stop. I started a second playthrough of this like right after, and I believe I made it like halfway through the game before something else came out, so I was like jumped off of it. But yeah, really freaking cool, done well, looks great. It's From Software just makes amazing games. And I think I jumped off of that to play this, honestly, and that's Lords of the Fallen. Another game I was waiting quite a while for this to come out. It's basically something like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, that style of game. I love these games. I mean, they're hard as hell, but this one is done in Unreal Engine 5. The art style was absolutely amazing. The gameplay maybe wasn't as tight as From Software's games, but I still had a blast playing this. Played straight through it, beat it, hard as shit, but very much enjoyed this. And I think I went right from this into a digital copy on Xbox Games Pass of Lies of P. And another brutal one, man, that one's brutal. I'm like at the very end of that game, and it's frustrating, but absolutely love that game as well. This next one is a double dip, and that is Star Ocean, the second story or whatever. I double dipped on this. I love this game. They did such a great job, like I said before. Yeah, I played it. I played straight through it. I actually did play this version first. I actually bought the Switch version second. I played through with the guy on this one, and on the Switch I'm playing as the girl. So I will wind up finishing it. I figured I'd beat both stories or whatever, because they are kind of different paths, and they'll give you different gameplay through the game. But ultimately the same story, but very well written, fun to play. Like these turn-based sprite style games, and amazing job. I'd like to support this too, because we need more games like that. And this last one here is the launch edition of Spider-Man 2. Amazing, had a blast with this, played straight through it. Looks great, plays great. I mean, there's not much else to say. The first one was great. Miles Morales was great. Pretty much the same, just more of it. You know, I had a great time with this. Couldn't put it down, just played right through the whole thing. Did everything I could possibly do. I just didn't go through to try to get the platinum, just because I didn't feel like doing a million backflips off buildings and you know, little stuff like that. I think I did every bit of side stories and main story, and got all like the little spider bots. There really wasn't much for me to do. Like I said, it was just dumb little stuff. You know, visit Aunt May's grave as Peter Parker. I mean, not hard to do, but it's like, come on, man. I don't need to like search around for a grave just to get a trophy. It got a little kind of weird with that stuff. Like I said, doing flips and stuff, that just isn't what I wanted to waste my time with, especially because I didn't have a lot of time. And the last item here I actually just got, and it's still sealed, but that is the Analogue Duo. So this is Analogue's new TurboGrafx 16 PC engine, you know, PC engine core, I guess would be, that would be like the PAL area one, and with the CD and everything. So the cool thing is now I can buy games from any one of these regions. They're all the same, but the PC engine stuff won't play on TurboGrafx. The CD games, I probably never would have got the CD add-on. I mean, that thing's really expensive. I think if you buy a TurboGrafx like real Duo, that thing's minimal, like $800, and I was like, yeah, I don't need to dump all that on that. So when I seen this, I pre-ordered it right away. Glad to have this. Now I need to bulk up my TurboGrafx 16 collection. Probably get a bunch of them for the PC Engine too, because there's a lot of games that were never released here. And probably get some of them CD games. You know, just really cool to have this. I feel like, you know, this is a good thing to have because the hardware is just getting pretty old. And it's like, I feel like those, the Hue cards, the turbo chips, I feel like they'll play for a while. But I feel like that hardware, you know, without doing work to it, it's going to start to fail at some point. And this is something good to have to replace that. Plus, you don't have to worry about beating up your old stuff. I really like what Analogue does, especially like the Analogue Pocket, man. The thing's amazing. So glad to have this. So now I have the Super Nintendo one, the Sega Genesis, the Turbo one, and the Pocket. So really happy with all the products that I've gotten from Analogue. But those are my pickups, guys. I hope you guys had a good Christmas and stuff, man. Like I said, have a happy New Year, guys. Thanks for watching. Till next time.